bikini bar still there, or whether it shouldn't be, probably not there because they don't have a license. But is this business replacing the bikini bar? Well, then what's the use of taking the license away from them if they're just going to get a different name?
Is it under the same owner?
Floyd told me the same owner, but Johnny is now leasing it from Mike. Is that right?
Johnny Tanger is leasing Mike.
Before it was Mike and Denise.
Okay.
And that was a Class A license. This is a Class B, which is the same. Whatever shows license. I'm assuming the bikini bar is not in there. Well, it couldn't be hardly.
So how does that work, Brian, on the license that was revoked? Does it matter even what business is in there? It's revoked for a year, or what's the limitations on that?
So it's revoked as to the license that Mike and Denise held. And now Johnny's trying to get a license in their place.
So it doesn't matter on location or.
Not necessarily. I mean, that's up to your guys' discretion as, as to is how you feel Floyd's concerned.
That's pretty obvious, I think.
Right. I mean, the concern you would have is, say Floyd opens up a restaurant, gets a liquor license, violates the policies, so that the board revokes him. Then we spend a whole year, going through the appeals process with the liquor commission. We finally get him revoked, and then he says, "All right, now I'm going to have Brian lease it." And then I come in and apply. And then I violate it. And then you're in the appeals process for another year. Finally lose, and now Kyle violates. So the thing is, you can just keep playing whack-a-mole. If you just say, "Well, we're just going to have somebody new lease it and reapply." But I think that's what Floyd's concerned about.
Yeah, there's really no deterrent to obey the law. You break the law, well, we'll just ask go to a new owner and start up again.
Not even a new owner, but just a new.
Different name. Same place, different name. Mm-hmm. Also has a high rollers club in the same building.
Mm-hmm.
According to our liquor ordinance, there's not supposed to be another business within 1,000 feet of this restaurant tavern. So that right there is also another small violation. That sells alcohol within 1,000, and this is right in the same building. That's also kind of a violation of our liquor ordinance. So, and one, I don't know if this has to do with
Would an easier way for the future in the statute you state that the business location resident in general cannot reapply for a liquor license no matter who owns it?
Well, I mean, you could put that in there, but then you may be taking away your ability to get a liquor license if somebody did good standing to sue. So, yeah.
Sure, but then but we open this loophole. I mean, like you just said, Floyd got penalized for it, and Floyd had someone else come in and do it.
Right. And you guys can say no.
Right.
Right. You can say no. But if you say, "Hey, look, you can't ever do that," say Floyd's running a crappy business, and I'm a completely different person that says, "Hey, look, you guys, I own 3 bars in the county. You've never had a single problem with me, and I clean the place up. I want to do it." And then you say, "Well, nobody says you can't." That essentially that establishment is dead. And nobody can ever take it over.
Pardon the lunch.
fine. One other thing, the health department's here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sherry, is this bikini bar with it ADA accessible, handicap accessible?
Not the last time I was out there, no.
The last time you were out there for a visit, a health check or something, it was not handicap accessible.
David, you were the last one that.
Last fall, it was not handicap accessible.
Not handicap accessible.
Was that the last inspection last fall?
So that's another strike against us. So for those 3 reasons right there, I would recommend we don't give a liquor license at this time. Any other comments?
No, I'd like to know the well-being of the building itself too. As far as
Well-being of the building.
just another inspection.
Yeah. Well, actually, we got a letter from somebody, an anonymous letter. I'm not sure, but they said it was not very good condition inside that building. I think it was maybe a dancer in the building, employee or something. I don't know. We don't know who it is. So, I know that's not evidence of any kind, but supposedly the building is getting close to being condemned, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe we should go out and inspect the place. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how often they do it. Are they allowed to do that, Sherry, at any time, or you have to have a reason?
It was mentioned that there was gonna be a restaurant in it,
That's true.
and before we could even think about getting that permit, there's a process we go through. They would have to have a licensed electrician inspect, a licensed plumber to check the plumbing, licensed septic contractor to check that system, because it is very old. And we did just find out that there was repair work done without a permit, which means we'll probably have to have them uncover it so we can make sure it was repaired correctly. The fire marshal probably, for that email that you referenced, letter, fire marshal probably needs to go in and check the building. And then the windows on the outside, on the lower floor, they can't be coated over. That's in the county ordinance. Has to be a direct.
And they are coded over. You say they are coded?
Last time we were out there, yes.
Okay. So this person wants to put a small restaurant in there, so should we go ahead and, without having to go through this process now, or should we not?
We would have to wait till all these reports come back from the licensed individuals before we could allow any type of food to go in there.
Okay.
And the mention of the animals in there, if there's a food establishment in the building, we can't have animals
Okay.
other than service dogs and, but they can't be on the premises of a food establishment.
Okay.
Who requests the fire marshal to inspect the place? I mean, who makes that call? I mean, is that something the fire marshal just has to do, or is that like a?
I would say probably Floyd would need to call and request
Behind
it.
the local electric commission. Yeah, would it fall under, you think? Or, something like that. I don't know that answer.
I don't.
Find out.
I don't think Neoga Fire Department makes inspections. We've asked them before on a restaurant.
They don't
Said
make
it
fire.
would have to be someone from the fire marshal's office.
Okay. Okay, good question. I don't know the answer, Todd, but we could check into that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Crossing over, you want to make that request for the restaurant. I'll come up with it. I'm gonna ask you that. Al Cross?
Yep.
You mentioned sometime that you were wanting to put a small restaurant inside of there?
What my intentions is, and I was over there at their office yesterday, and they give me the walking orders on what's got to be done, which I already know. Yes, the intention is to put a small kitchen in the back, like on Friday night and Saturday night, have fish. But there's a lot of things that's got to be done prior to that. I'm not going to take any chances because I know what needs to be done. And then we talked yesterday. We talked about the overall building, about access. There is an access to that basement where you can run a wheelchair down and everything. But I know what they want. But that's the intention at some point. But once we get that bar open and everything, we'll still start working on it. But we won't turn any fish, won't cook a thing until they give us the okay on it, but that's their intention. I've got equipment all lined up down in Belleville for that. And Mike and Johnny both are aware. That's the intention. You mentioned a minute ago, couldn't help but hear excuse the expression, that titty bar will be staying upstairs. Them poles are coming out down there. That's going to be a bar and a little restaurant at some point. And so there's not going to be none of that downstairs.
It'll still be upstairs.
It'll be upstairs. Now, I'm planning on separating it too, with some doors and possibly walls, so that the people can come in from the front if they want to. And of course, that they don't open that thing till about 9 o'clock upstairs. So I would like to open that restaurant to keep it open till about 9, and then the people, will sit around, maybe have a couple of beers or something for an hour or so. So at some point, I'll be right up front with you. They're going to approach you to extend them hours, because I want them back in hours. I have to open that place at 11 o'clock. Once we start having food in there and people come in off the street, that thing upstairs needs to stay later on in the night from 11 on. But they're going to have to prove herself with no problem.
They did.
Now, I mentioned to you, I haven't approached them yet, but I'm planning to approach the sheriff's office and see if they have any restrictions on having an off-duty deputy work out there during the time they got the upstairs open. I don't know whether they do it here. I think I told you before, I've had bars myself in other areas, and I'd have an off-duty deputy sheriff there. And anything, I haven't seen anything going on illegal there, but they'd be completely stupid to do something like that if a deputy sheriff was only working part-time. But I intend for them to get it cleaned up. Now, I mentioned to you about this situation of the condition of the building, the complaint, somebody. I upset Mike the other day when I went up and talked to him. Everything in here is true. And he like had a heart attack. I said, no. And they probably left some things out, Mike. It needs a good cleaning. Well, he's had a couple guys down there in the last few days cleaning it all up real good. But we're gonna get painted in there. I said, we're not gonna open the place up. The walls need painted. There was mirrors on it at one time. They've started taking them couches out downstairs or get rid of them, burn them, get rid of them. But it's gonna be a bar downstairs. All that other stuff will stay upstairs. And again, yes, to answer your question, at some point, I want to try to put a kitchen in there and have fish and stuff there on Friday and Saturday night.
Okay. So you care if the health department starts in the process of inspecting the place? And
Yeah, I was over there yesterday. You asked me that question before. I had went over one day. They said, come back when you get a little closer. But to satisfy you, I went over there yesterday, and to satisfy myself, and we had a long talk, and they've give me this form for the restaurant part. We talked about the ADA, people for access to the bathrooms. I walked through there yesterday, got it all set out, got bathrooms for people with disability and everything. Yeah. Oh, I know what needs to be done on the food thing. I'm not gonna get.
Okay, that's the only question I've got. We're gonna wait with recommending a liquor license for at the present time, because,
You mean hold off on making the decision?
yes.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
In fact, I just seen you do that because Mike's all set, had to get that thing open, and I told him, I said, I'm telling you, Mike, I've been around them people just enough to know they're not gonna let you have that license till we get it cleaned up. And I'm glad that you're making that decision, because he's gonna have to start putting some money in that place. I mean, I got a contract laying over there to fix that whole building up for about $25,000. Roof, paint, look like a brand new school. And got a deal worked out where I can apply for a grant to pay for part of that. And because of to serve food and stuff, you got to have certain license. You have to be able to pass certain tests. And I've experienced it before where they'll pay for some of that.
I see. I don't know.
Yeah. But no, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait and see what happens, okay?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Okay, Tom? Okay with that? Todd? Comments? We'll kind of just wait and see what happens.
Yep.
And.
I'm not gonna make any recommendations to us.
If they do get
Yeah.
this thing up and running like they want, then they got the high rollers club out after hours, which is the legal, well, it's in the same building, that's a legal corner. So then I shut one down, I shut the high rollers club down. So that works for me, if they want to get this up and running, we'll have the key tomorrow, I don't have a problem with it. Shut down the high rollers club. Might work, like I said, it's right. I hard time seeing that happening, but that's any possible. Okay,
Before we, so if we approve all this and allow this to go through and everything, where does the liability stop with the county? You won't have any liability. That's all.
Well, I would say it's never zero, but.
Yeah, I mean, because I know whenever like a lawsuit comes out, they sue everybody.
Sure.
I didn't know where it stopped.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to be willful in one, and you have to get a license to somebody owning it.
Okay.
Somebody would get hurt.
Okay. Okay.
any other comments? That's what we got this meeting right there. We'll adjourn this committee meeting, okay? Okay.
She goes back in 2 weeks.
Was that sheriff doing that?
Sheriff's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like she was or something.
Remember that?
My sister.
The sheriff runs on her library. Take these off. The other machine is.
Oklahoma.
I know.
I don't know what she does. Something like a system. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but like,
They don't show that.
she was like working out.
You guys.
Like she did that at U of I for her intake. Or if she's in intern type stuff.
Well,
I hope there's opportunities
Well,
out
you're
there
me.
for. That was my sister's job.
Call me to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Beard, Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Now I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Now I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on July 9th, 2024.
Make it.
Second.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, do you have anybody for public comment at this time? Seeing none. Let's go on to our guest for the evening. Christina Drum from the Our House. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
I have with me Kyle Hauser. We're here to discuss our proposal for the opioid relief funds.
Okay, you put in a request for, I got it in my packet here somewhere.
Page 17.
17, that's the total. You're requesting how many dollars from the county?
$23,719.
For 1 year? For over what period of time?
So I think you first need to know where the money comes from. You want to explain that, Brian? Do you know with that money that came in?
Yeah, so we were part of the opioid use lawsuit, so we just opted in, and this money came from a lawsuit. So it's not taxpayer dollars. It can only be used for recovery purposes for people with opiate use disorder. Went through the our house's proposal, and they meet the requirements for this distribution. And I approached Kyle about this a while back because I don't know of anybody else who could access that money in the county. I mean, I think there could be some stuff for first responders in here, but
And do we have that much that they're
Yes.
asking for?
Yes.
We have-
So it's not a
We have
problem?
58,000.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's just a one-time deal, I assume, or?
Well, why not give them
Well,
more?
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, what are we gonna do with the rest of it? Yeah, all right, should ask for more.
We were asking for this much, and we realized that maybe there is other people who could get it, and we wanted to give them an opportunity too. We can use it at every level on the requirements. We could use it at every level, but we wanted to give more options for those in the county to have potential use for it, because, you know, the work we do is just one little part. Maybe somebody else could benefit from it. But if not, then we would be willing to take the rest, because it is, you know, I mean, it's, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Is this, I mean, what you guys do is important, but is this money like the firemen or the ambulance services could use as well?
yeah,
For like,
there's money that be accessible through ambulance services, criminal justice. There are, yeah, several other just
Okay.
that are.
I'm sure our ambulance is all over that, right?
I just didn't know if it was like if it was for like rescue for drug overdoses, so they could get it for like
Yes, there are.
Narcan and stuff like that.
And training and.
Okay.
And I will say that the Our House actually is a drug overdose prevention site, meaning that we get Narcan for free of charge. So if there's any opportunities for anybody needing Narcan, we could just provide that instead of spending money that, you know, is here that could go somewhere else. So that's always an option. We're able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other comments?
The only thing I had spoke with Christina on the phone was, I said, if the money gets turned over to you, you are not part of my audit. So the auditor will also check to see that they're spending the funds by statute the way they're supposed to as well
They'll audit our house on our funds?
on our funds.
Oh, that's great.
And she agreed, she knew about that, so.
Okay, we'll vote on this a little later in the meeting. So that's all we need for right now, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do.
Our next guest is Nancy Smitley, Clark County Enterprise Zone.
Good evening. We have another request to add territory to Enterprise Zone. There's an event center being built just east of Martinsville, close to Clark Center, right on Route 40. It would hold about 400 guests. And even though they've got the building built, they'll lose the sales tax exemption on the building materials. But what they would save in property tax abatement is quite substantial, so they are still requesting to be brought into the zone.
Okay, we'll vote on that here later in the meeting.
Okay.
Any questions from anybody else?
Just to be clear, that doesn't affect Cumberland County in any way.
No.
It only affects your
It'll affect Clark
project.
County and
And you only have
property
to come
tax,
here
right?
because that enterprise zone
Right.
intersects with us a little bit. Very good.
All right, thank you. Okay. Next order of business, so that's all the guests. So, we need to Discuss take action on granting money to our house from the county opioid fund. So I need a motion to that effect.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
third, then.
Okay, so
You have to write the dollar amount down. or everything?
hold on here. Jonathan, who seconded it? Was it Janet?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Christina, in this packet that we had, what was the amount that you were requesting? This has
Okay, 26.
$26,035.
And that's not what she
It
said.
said project budgeted total was 23,000, but then there's like a 10% of the project for administrative support, which took it up to 26,035.
With the 10%.
That's a different number than she gave us. When she
I don't know where this come from. I mean, it's like on the bottom of this.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got the same
So
one.
what do you think for an amount you want to put on here?
26,035
Yeah.
on there.
We're good.
10%,
Yeah.
that's what
Yes,
it is.
$26,035
Mhm.
on this, for this motion.
'Cause that's all broke out right there.
Okay,
On page 17.
okay. So made a motion approving the granting funds of $26,035. All right. Harmon,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay. Next order of business, I need a motion to approve the ordinance adding territory to the Clark County Enterprise Zone.
Motion.
Second.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, next order of business is a application for schoolhouse of Cumberland County LLC. We had a committee meeting before this meeting, liquor committee meeting. Discussed several things, but the committee recommended we do not give a liquor license to the schoolhouse of Cumberland County LLC at the present time. There are several things that are not quite in order. And probably be working on it next, in the future, but at this time, we recommend that the county not give liquor license to this.
You need a motion? I make a motion.
Yes, I need a motion.
Second.
Kay,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. That's all I have on my agenda, Bev. You next?
I need a motion to approve the county clerk and tax redemption reports for July 2024.
Motion.
Second.
Slade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Okay, Jenny Maynard?
I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for July 2024. I'll make it.
Second.
Slade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
Only other thing I have is August 30th is the deadline for the sealed bid auction. And then Friday, September 13th is when the second installment is due. And that's all I have.
All right, Jenny, thank you. Richard Murray.
I need a motion to approve the July 2024 highway bills in the amount of $469,120.66.
Motion.
Second.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay.
Next thing I got is I need the motion to approve an engineering agreement with Stone and Wagner for Township Bridge, section number 24041900BR. It's in Yoga Township, just south of Camp New Hope.
Make it.
Second. Go ahead, Todd.
Second.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes.
Okay, the third thing on my list is a motion to approve an engineering agreement with Charleston Engineering for another township bridge in Yoga Township, section 2404-118-00 BR. It's about a mile and a half north of Yoga on Railroad Street.
Like that one.
Second.
Todd?
You get this one.
Kay,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes.
Okay, on August 19th, they're supposed to start work on the overflow bridge there by the covered bridge. So we'll have that road closed for a couple months.
When did you say that started?
8/19, next Monday.
Fair goal this week.
And the last thing I want to let you guys know is we're having trouble with County Brown up there, the solar agreement we got in place with those people. We can't get them to fix the road like they agreed to. So Randy Hampston's gonna go in there tomorrow and fix it with his own forces, his own material, and we're gonna either send them the bill and see if they pay it, or if not, we'll have to open up the credit limit that we've got from them and go after them that way. He's talked to him multiple times and no results whatsoever.
Where's this solar farm at? Where?
It's clear up in the northeast corner of Union Township. Majority of the project is in Clark and Coles County, or just a little bit in our county, if you guys
Yeah, I know.
remember.
I'm
Right near the enterprise zone?
Close,
Okay, so not good. Not good.
not good. So we may have to, when these other people come in, we may have to tell them we don't have a good experience up there and let them know we might need to do something different.
Okay, keep us informed.
Just give me some info. So
All right, Ricky, good deal. All
that's
right,
all I got.
all right, good. Okay, where we at next? Okay, Sherry Droder, what you got, Sherry?
I'd like to request a motion to approve the appointment of Jessica Beaumont to the Board of Health.
We'll make a motion.
Second. Oh, go ahead, Janet.
Would you, Janet? Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Hockenbrink.
Yes.
That's all I have, thank you.
All right, Sherry, thank you. Next up is Rhonda Wilson, not here, I think. Okay, Mackenzie Easton,
Nothing
anything?
for me.
Nothing, okay. All right, anything, thank you. Steve Maroon, got anything?
I do not.
All right, Ryan Robbins, anything? Jonathan Braden, not here. Steve Sherwood, probably not here. Melissa Gray,
I got nothing.
nothing. Okay, very good, thank you. Michael Martin, anything? Probably not here. Okay, Mark Howard, not here. All right, next order of business is Mike Black. Discuss, take action on the contract for ambulance service.
Okay, this is a repeat of last month's request to approve the contract from September 1st of 2024 to September 1st of 2025 to generate $133,497 based on 2023 taxes. And I really want this contract passed. So unless we have to have discussion on it.
I've got one comment about this. This money has already been collected. If I'm right, Jenny, man, am I right about this?
We are collecting it now, yes.
As we're paying now, so it'll be in the treasurer's office.
What money we're collecting?
Special service area income from the taxpayer.
This contract.
For this contract.
Which is how much?
Right now, we have just about 90,500.
What's the
So it's
rate?
been collected.
What's the rate that we're charging at?
It was close to 22.6.
yes.
0.22.
So it's like 133.
133,497 is what was levied.
Okay, so that's
We've
what we
got
are.
90 now.
Okay, so what are you asking for?
That
Have a
amount-
contract so they can do business.
That amount right
If we don't have a contract to do business, they can't do business. Okay? Because they,
So what do you
as
say?
of August 31st, they're
Well,
done.
I'm saying that we're not going to raise taxes. Taxes already been levied and paid, and it's a matter of us distributing to the ambulance service.
And we did go to the fire board meeting,
Yeah, so,
and it
so-
did not pass on the
yeah,
fire board.
but that's not the point. We're talking about the .22 and passing it,
correct.
whether we're passing it or not.
Right.
Okay, so do you need a motion?
No, it's already been passed.
Okay. so
That's what
is
we
it?
were already collecting.
This
It was
is,
passed
this
last
is
year.
the contract.
It's a motion to approve this contract,
Okay,
giving this money to the ambulance service.
2024, 2025 contract. That's what we're up for.
All right,
Okay,
that's fine.
we're voting. We're not up for money yet.
I did
That's-
have
that's the
one
next
question
discussion.
or a
Okay.
provision on that contract that I did not read in here. Was it says financial statements and everything to provide those, but it
They
doesn't
provide them
say
to us.
correct. But it doesn't say anything about like their tax records. I think it's the what form is it? I can't remember the exact form. You know which form I'm talking about, where it shows
For what?
end of the year. It shows all it's their tax records, so it shows everything broke out. Let me find it here. I'll tell you exactly.
Well, number 11, Kyle, compliance with Illinois Special Service Area Tax Law.
Right, but I'm saying that it doesn't specifically state for that. And we've not, in the past, since I've been here, never seen that. We got that outside of the fact.
You talking about the audit?
Like a treasurer's report.
No,
from
They,
an
Hold
they
on.
don't do an audit.
No, it's not an audit.
It's
not an
just
audit.
it's just a year-end summary. Is all it
It's
is.
the tax form.
Which is supplied by the First Neighbor Bank.
This is a tax form that is sent to the state. Let me find it. Who else is it to? Miss, you remember what it's called?
No, I don't.
One? You know exactly what
I
I'm
know
talking
what you're
about,
talking
though.
about. I don't remember which form it is.
990?
Maybe.
I think that sounds right.
Yes.
That sounds right. Yes, it's the 990 EZ. I think the county board definitely needs to be presented that. And last year should be, you guys should have that hopefully sometime in the beginning of September, I believe.
I'm not sure what it is.
Just be great to see that, because that helps.
I'll find out when they get it completed, and I'll provide you with a copy if that's okay.
Yeah.
With
So
everybody.
my only question is, can we put that in the contract that we will be provided, that form, 990 EZ? At the,
Was it provided last year's contract?
no,
Well, it never was. Well, public information, I guess. Any problem with that, Mike? That's public information?
yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal.
I don't know. Let me, because I'm not familiar with the form. So let me do some research and find out if it's confidential information or not. Because you understand, Touring Ambulance is a
That's it there.
independent
I can
business.
send it to you too. That's the form
It's an
right there.
independent business, so some things are confidential. 990 easy. I'll just have to find out, okay? If it's something we can provide, then we can do an amendment to the contract.
Yeah.
By itself, okay?
Yeah, I'm good with the rest.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well, I'll take and pass this and assume we amend the next, or amend this contract later. I mean, we can't.
Can you do that, Brian? Pass this and amend it if they're good with that, right, Mike?
I'm sorry.
So if they come back and say they're good with it, we'll amend it.
Yeah.
And add that into it.
Right.
So we can pass the current contract and then
Just pass the contract, and then we can do the amendment for that particular form, if we're allowed to do it.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay?
Yep.
All right.
good with that.
Bob, you got something to say?
Well, the question I was curious about, does any other business that does business with the county have to do that form?
I'm not
Like
sure
if you've got a subcontractor working for Dick over here, does he have to provide that paperwork? Because the ambulance is an independent company.
Correct.
And that's my, I can understand that paperwork if it's a, department of the county.
Just say we'll
But
take it under
it's not.
advisement and get back to him.
And that was my question, is anybody else that does business with the county, do they have to provide that information?
Every levy district that gets any kind of tax dollars has to publish in the newspaper their treasurer's report, which is their audit. So we do require that. My office does require you to publish that before I will turn any money loose to you, because you are a levy district. Now, you guys are not a levy district, but you are getting levy funds.
But does
But
any
it's
other,
through a contract.
does any other contractor for the county?
That's not
Because
what I
it's
require.
taxpayers' money as well.
Right. Now, my levy districts, the 67 that we have to do that before I turn money loose. Any other contractor, the only thing I think we have on file sometimes for some of them is like insurance.
Okay. I just was curious if that
But
was
we
the
do
way
require
everybody else did.
a treasurer's report to be published
Okay.
for the levy districts.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, any no other questions? Are you ready to vote on it? We got a motion on the floor to approve this contract, right?
Second.
Call. We got
You did.
Blake,
yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
No.
Okafor.
Yes. Motion carried. Okay, next order of business. We have an estimate. And we approving an ordinance to raise the maximum rate that may be levied for special service areas 1, 2, and 3. We went through this rigmarole, started several months ago, had a hearing, and
I would like to,
you want to say something?
yes, I would like to say more since I got some more updates for everybody. September of 2022, we lost the ambulance. July 2023, we put it back in force. Okay. From January 1st to July the 15th, the total of 194 days. Last month I reported 207 runs. This month's 33. 240 runs out of 194 days. Do the math. There's more than 2 a day in several days. But here's the main thing. This is just not Toledo area, spatial area 1, 2, and 3. This is Cumberland County. Why? Because I can't tell you the number of times that this ambulance went out to Greenup whenever they were out on the interstate, or went to Neoga when they were out on the interstate. And it's done several times this month, just this month. Okay? Whenever we had a discussion about the fire department wanting to start this building and have the fire trucks and the nice equipment we have over there, we had a $300 increase in our taxes. Most of us did. Okay? I've never had a fire truck out there at my place. All right? But I'm getting to be 71 here in another month. I might have an ambulance out there just because. But anybody in this room is subject to that ambulance from an accident or from any type of illnesses. And I thought that was amazing. 240 runs since year to date. We're in line to make a 400 run year. We have to have this ambulance. And I think from the show of force that we have in this room right here, okay, and I understand there's 50 or 60 that didn't want to have their taxes raised, but unfortunately, let me give you some facts and figures so you'll know, all right? I've bankered for 26 years, been an insurance agent for 50, so I am good with math, okay? And I do understand income and expenses, all right? And I got the July report here from the ambulance. And when I looked at this thing here, I'm sitting here looking at 13 Medicare, 11 Medicaid, all right, 2 self-pay, 4 refusals, 2 intercepts. And the reason why is that our only paramedic that we had on board a week after coming on board was diagnosed with colon cancer. And he's fighting it really bad right now, Kyle Lewis. We had 1 private pay. We have a total of 33 runs here. But here's what's unique about that. Here's your income, so you guys will just kind of know in the room here. All right. They had June 20th, they had a deposit from insurance, $2403.76. On July the 2nd, from Medicare, $2752.85. From insurance, $2,225.84. From Medicaid, $530. Okay. Insurance, $2825.28. Now, these are just some of the deposits that I'm just trying to talk about, but this is money that was owed, and they're finally getting it to come in. But here's the unique part of it right here. On June 21st, they had $581 in payroll. On July 5th, they had $10,883 in payroll. Twice a month, because they get paid 26 paydays. It's over $10,000. 26 times 10,000 is $260,000. Also, $6,652 in federal taxes and $1,307 in state taxes. On top of the $20,000 in payroll that they're paying. Okay, so when we talk about 90-some thousand, 133,000, we're talking about half of what we need. Half of what we need. All right? One of the biggest players that was hoping to come tonight was Randy Paul. And Randy can't make it because he was in the hospital the last 4 or 5 days. Randy said, I don't know how you guys do it. We had $400,000 we got from the city. We got $150,000 from the city when they exchanged it over, and we got $150,000 given us by the village of Greenup in order to operate. We've already went through all that. Do the math. That's $550,000, guys. Okay. We had the same amount of staff. We had the same amount of payrolls. We had the same amount of federal and state taxes. That Neoga and Greenup got. That Neoga and Greenup is faced with every day, just like we are. And I'm not comparing apples and oranges, but when we turn around and collect the money from the runs, we're identical to Greenup and Neoga because that's what they established. But when we got Medicare and Medicaid being 24 out of the 33 runs, okay, and that's probably about the average that we've had all year long, all right, and receiving very small amount of money coming in. Let me just tell you, the fire district cannot come to our rescues. Kyle found that out. You found that out. Greenup.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why was no one in that district that's in here today that I just could see at any of the fire board meetings trying to get it through the fire board to save the actual taxpayers the money and actually get the GMT money, which is exactly for those runs? Nobody was ever there. I'm just confused. I mean, does taxpayers actually want to pay more taxes? I mean, I don't.
No,
And if
taxpayers.
there's money that you can get
No.
from the
Kyle, the
government,
taxpayers are
through the
wanting
GMT
the
money?
fire district to take it over, but they voted no.
I agree.
Okay,
But
so what can we
I'm just
do?
asking, why were
What's
they
our
never-
hands tied?
Why weren't they there?
I don't know.
I mean,
Ask them.
So that's why I'm confused.
But I'm going to go on and just say that we got $133,000 that will come to us on this contract here next
gotta have it.
September.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
Okay, now let me just point out something. Let me point out something. All right, we're going to give them 123. How much it is? We're going to give them.
Right now, I've got 90, but I don't know what the whole levy.
133.
133.
Is it the 133? Okay, they don't go very far paying off a $180,000 line of credit. So we're going to give them that $133,000. They're still going to have $50,000 to almost $60,000 worth of debt starting out the brand new contract year. Sorry, but whenever we talk about they don't need that money, whenever we talk about we don't need to raise it, unfortunately, the fire districts can't come to our rescue. We got Medicaid, we got Medicare, and we're billing all the self-pay, and we're billing the insurance. So, folks, the only thing we have left to keep that ambulance going is taxes. Now, I'm sorry that we had to have reassessments and we had an increase in taxes. I'm sorry that we had. The timing just sucks, okay? But if I had a choice between paying $300 for a fire truck or $300 for an ambulance, I'd damn sure take an ambulance because my life depends on it, and so does my wife's, and so does my mother, my grandkids, and everybody else, my friends. So I get really upset when I'm sitting here listening that 22 cents is all we're going to get when we need 40. And let me just tell you, right here is a document that Beverly gave me, okay? And that document says that this is the assessment, all right? Based on 23 cents, okay, is $133,497. Based on 25 cents, 152,000, based on 30 cents, 182,000, hear me out. Based on 33 cents is 201, and based on 35 cents is 214, and based on 40 cents is $243,000. Now, guys, I'm telling you, you got a $10,000 payroll. 26 times, that's $260,000. So don't tell me that we don't need the money. When we needed up to that 40 cents, you guys fought me on 22. I've been fighting this thing for almost 2 years now in November. 8 cents, 16 cents, 22 cents, 23 cents, 25 cents. Come on, guys, we're going to need to get it up to that 40 cents or we're going to die. Because they're going in debt.
You're out of control.
Jonathan, I ain't
You're out of
listening. I
control.
ain't listening
You're
to
running
you.
the
I'm
same
not listening to you.
bullshit.
No, no, watch your mouth and watch your mouth.
Mike, we know all this stuff.
Yeah.
We're here, are we, on the agenda is to vote for 40 cents.
That's what we're wanting to do.
That's
Let's
what
do
I'm
it.
put on-
Let's vote.
We're gonna vote on it in a few
I
minutes.
wanted to explain though the reasons why. You guys need to
You've
know
been doing
that.
it over and over. You've been saying the same thing over and over for
I
years.
know,
You're
and
not
you've
getting
been
there.
fighting it ever since
That's
too,
because it
Jonathan.
doesn't make sense.
Oh, that's to you. You're the only one. Does it make sense to you guys?
Absolutely.
How many of you guys think it makes sense?
Absolutely.
You're the only one that can't see it, Jonathan.
All right, discussion's over, folks. We've heard everything we need to hear.
Well, no, I've got something to say.
Bob, you're the last one. Oh, you go ahead.
All right. Here's the deal. By rights, since we're an independent company, the SSA should be putting this out for bids. And the tax money has nothing to do with it. We could submit a bid for $500,000. How many times we gotta talk about that, Jonathan?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah, you're the one that's complaining.
one's gonna walk off every time.
Every time.
Well, I mean, you guys aren't saying anything new.
I'm done.
Every opportunity
I'm
in the
done.
world to solve these problems. And now
Are you on the board?
What if they're anything but yourself?
This isn't the.
We all know this.
anything,
This
dude.
isn't the point.
Discussion's over.
If this is such a problem, why did, and this has been going on this damn long, why even been put on a ballot for the whole county to vote and just get it over with?
Put it on the ballot. We'd love to
Right?
put it
I
on
mean,
the ballot.
right?
We would love to put it on the ballot.
I have a question, I guess Mike could answer, or maybe the assessor could answer.
I mean, I don't want my taxes going up.
Before you vote on the 40 cents, now this, it doesn't
We're not
matter.
voting on the 40 cents. We're gonna vote on the max rate of 40
goes
cents
up,
if we
so-
need it.
Right, so regardless of your feelings of whether we want the ambulance service or not, my question is, and you could save me a whole long speech here if she could answer, is the tax money being generated by the acre of owned ground? Is that where it's coming from? Is that the way that this is being calculated?
I don't understand what you mean.
Is it per,
It's the assessment value.
It's assessed value.
yeah, so the
If
value,
it's land, there's this goes by soil type. It's not by value.
Yeah, it's just by assessed value, so every parcel.
assessed value of land? Not, it's not being, you're not doing it per capita, you're doing it by land.
By land.
Am I correct?
This is how it's changed, okay, since Mike's been involved in it. It used to be assessed by the houses and not so much by the land, because the houses have the people and that's where they go.
Right,
So now they've changed it to make the land be assessed as if they were houses. So the farmer and our largest employer and our largest industry is going to have to pay more to subsidize the towns. And that's what
Right.
this is all about.
so I understand, so I understand what Mike's saying is it's different based on the type of ground that it is. That's correct,
That's
right?
not even close to
That's
being
not
correct.
correct. No, it's not
Look,
correct.
how, Greenup and Neoger, their farm ground's taxed.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's all same.
Your
You're wrong, Jonathan.
Your farm parcels
I'm
are very
not-
based.
let her
Go ahead,
speak.
Graham,
Let her speak. She knows
I
what
mean,
it's about.
your farm parcels are going to vary based on what soil PIs lie within each
There it
one.
is.
So
Right.
it can vary differently. So you could have 40 acres and you could have 40 acres.
Totally
And
different.
yeah, your tax bill could be $100
white
and yours
soil
could be
compared to black
$200, completely dependent on what soils lie within those parcels.
Right, so
Those
woods,
tracts.
woods are taxed differently,
Yes.
tillable acreage is taxed
Yes.
differently, the homestead
Residential
is
land,
taxed
recreational
differently.
land, all
I
taxed
gave
differently.
examples of
So
that.
my question is, there's not a whole lot of people in this room that pay the tax burden on acreage. I'm sure a lot of people pay the taxes on a few $100s. You used the example, $300. There's only one person in this room, other than the two of us, that pay the tax burden on a lot of acreage. So my question is, can you change the way this is structured to where it's taxed per capita instead of on acreage?
That's how it
Can that be
was.
changed?
That's how it was. They changed it to acreage now.
Yeah.
It used to be in
That's not
previous
how the
years.
tax levies are set up.
No.
Why? Why can't it be per capita?
It's all
Because
set
if
by
I'm
state
farming,
statute.
let's just throw out some even numbers. If I'm paying the tax burden on 1,000 acres, there's no homes on it anywhere. It's just 1,000 acres of farm ground. My tax burden on that is gigantic. And I'm only one farmer. I'm only one human being on 1,000 acres of ground. So why am I getting hit with a gigantic amount when the person that owns 0.32 acres says, well, okay, my increase was $31? Why? That makes no sense whatsoever. Why are you doing that, and why can't it be changed?
Everything is set by statute. So it's
Brian,
not something
can
that
the
we
statute
can-
be changed?
No,
No.
We can't change the statute.
No.
The legislature.
you'd have to lobby legislature.
The state legislature.
It was at 0.1 or something for the rural areas and 0.2 for the other areas. And they're saying that we need to make it even, but they're not considering the population. So in the rural areas, we're paying 1,000 to 2,000 per run, whereas in the towns, they're paying $100 per run. That's how this out of proportion whack is. It used to be, before they started meddling with all this, before Mike Black got involved, that it was proportioned out. And it was laid out.
Come on.
Just a minute, I got something to say. This is not fair, you say, but when you pay taxes for your school district, it's basically the same thing, you know. Whether you got any kids in school or not, you pay taxes to a school.
Right, I understand that that's
So
how
it's
the public
basically the
school
same
system
thing.
works. But the
Just because
school,
you own a lot of farm ground, suppose you own a big, huge house, you're gonna pay more taxes.
Right,
On a
yeah,
small
your
house,
tax
you
bill
pay-
for 1,000 acres may go up $700, but if you have a larger, more expensive home, your tax bill on your house could also go up $700 based on the increase.
That's just for
It
the
just
same
depends.
benefit, that all your other taxes goes up and down the same way.
Yep.
Your house, your county tax, your Springpoint, your township tax, your school tax, your Lakeland College tax, your fire department. So it's all, you say it's not fair, and I agree with you, but.
and I
how do you make
understand,
fair?
I understand your example about the schools, but the school hasn't been here every single meeting asking for more money, my knowledge. So what I'm asking the board to do, I don't know that any of you are farmers. Todd is, but he's not here. What? You farm, okay, so
Yes,
you
sir.
understand a little bit of this.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking the other board members to do is to think a little bit differently. Think to where you're not just listening to the feelings of people that saying, oh, well, I'd gladly pay $300 extra to have this ambulance service. If something can be done to make this more fair, you gotta think about it based on facts, not feelings. So
I agree
that-
with,
that's
I agree
really-
with that, by the way, and that's also why I was just saying about going to fire board.
And I appreciate,
And trying to get the GMT money and to go for more grants, because that saves the taxpayer.
right.
Just for the record, when I used the ambulance not 2 months ago, my bill was $2,600. It was not $100.
I did want to add thank you to Kyle for repeatedly running numbers, crunching numbers, trying to figure things out over the course of this entire thing. He's done a great job.
Yeah.
So the rest of the board, if you're going to put this to a vote right now, tonight, I ask that you think about some of this unevenness. That's all I have.
I think,
If
All
the
right.
fire district takes it over, they're gonna jack it to 40 cents anyway.
it won't be fair
Okay.
either, so,
So-
I don't know. That's just-
So
Okay,
that-
let's vote on it. Somebody make a motion.
Does the school board have to come here and ask for money, or they just set their own rate?
They file a levy,
They file a levy?
just
They don't
like
have to go through?
just like the SSA files a levy. They do the same process.
No. Okay, somebody make this motion.
On the motion, it's not to make it 0.4.
Correct.
It's to make it the
It's just-
ability to go to 0.4. So if we need to go to 0.4, we can, but not immediately to 0.4.
That is
Correct.
That's correct.
So we can incrementally go, and we don't have to have all these other BS meetings to incrementally move forward, correct?
Right now it's at 22 cents. We're gonna raise it to 40 cents. We can raise it.
Would not, I don't want to raise it to 0.4 right now.
We're not.
We're just raising the rate,
Exactly.
max
Okay,
rate.
but
That's
I
the
want, okay. I'll make,
This just gives you the opportunity.
I made a motion. Am I seconded?
Second.
Harmon,
No.
Layton,
yes.
Kay,
No.
Blake,
Yes.
Hockenberg.
Yes. Motion carried. All righty. Okay, next order of business. What do we have here? We're in the paying bills, I guess. Here's- Okay, need a motion to ratify payment of the July manual bills in the amount of $434, $434,305.21. Big number.
Such big numbers this month.
A lot of road. oil.
Highway had a lot of.
Oh, it's the highway bills.
Highway bill.
No, the highway bills are the
Or
same
the-
number. It was a big number too.
It may have.
The highway had 419,000 of it.
I think there's road oil in there somewhere, ain't there, Rick?
Yep,
Yeah, we're
it's on the
doing,
front.
townships are doing a bunch of road oil, and we just did ours last week, so it'll be on next month.
Yeah, highway bill is 419,000. That's road oil and a lot of stuff.
I make a motion. That was.
Need a second?
Second.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's my favorite part.
no,
No.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon.
Yeah.
Hockenberg.
Yes. Next, need a motion to approve payment of invoice in the amount of $128,065.06.
Motion.
Second.
Kay,
Abstain.
Beard, oh, he's not here, sorry. Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Hockenberg.
Yes. Next, I need a motion to ratify payment of payroll number 14 in the amount of $111,677.07.
I'll move it.
Second.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Abstain.
Hockenberg.
Yes. Next, I need a motion to ratify payment of payroll number 15 in the amount of $105,317.00.
Motion.
Second.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Abstain.
Hockenberg.
Yes. Okay, next, I need a motion to adjourn meeting.
Make it.
Second.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Hockenberg.
Meeting adjourned.